You're stuck on a hard problem, so you do what most of us do. You look around at how everyone else solves it, and you copy the standard answer. It feels safe. It's also why your solution looks exactly like everyone else's, and why it's probably more expensive and more limited than it needs to be. But there's a way of thinking the best problem solvers use that skips the copying entirely. It doesn't ask how is this normally done, it asks a much more powerful question. What is actually true here? It's called first principles thinking, and this week, it might be the difference between a tweak and a breakthrough. Here's the idea. Most of us reason by analogy. We look at what already exists and make small changes to it. It's fast, but it traps you inside everyone else's assumptions, so you only ever get incremental improvement. First principles thinking does the opposite. You break a problem all the way down to the foundational truths that can't be reduced any further, the things you know are true, and then you build a solution back from there. Not, how is this usually done, but what do the facts actually allow? It's the difference between accepting rockets are expensive, that's just how it is, and asking, what is a rocket actually made of, and what does that material truly cost? One keeps you inside convention, the other lets you rebuild the answer from the ground. Let's make this real. And this one's a famous example, often told about Elon Musk in the early days of SpaceX. The going price for a rocket was around $65 million. The industry's answer to why so expensive was basically because that's what rockets cost, reasoning by analogy. But our engineer asked a first principles question instead. Forget the sticker price. What is this thing actually made of? So they break it down to raw materials: aluminum alloys, titanium, copper, carbon fiber, etc. And then they price those. And here's the jaw drop. The raw materials come to roughly 2% of that $65 million price. 2%. The other 98 was convention, markup, and that's how it's done, not physics. And here's the aha. Once you see that the price was built on assumption rather than truth, a total different option appears. What if you just build it yourself from the raw materials? The breakthrough didn't come from being smarter about the old answer. It came from refusing to inherit the old answer at all. So how do you use this at work? Pull it out when you need real innovation, not just a slightly better copy. Scenario 1, the inherited process. Your team does something a certain way because it's always been done that way. Before optimizing it, break it down. What are we actually trying to achieve, and what's truly required to achieve it? Separate the real constraints from the habits dressed up as constraints. Often half the steps turn out to be convention, not necessity. Scenario 2, the impossible target. You're told something can't be done for the time or budget. Instead of accepting the industry number, decompose it. What does this really cost at the level of materials, hours, and physics? Build your estimate up from verified fundamentals. Sometimes the impossible is just an expensive assumption nobody rechecked. Now the personal side, because we inherit assumptions about our own lives too. Scenario 1, the big decision. Career, money, where to live. We often run on inherited beliefs about what you're supposed to do. First principles says, question those. Ask what's a real constraint here, and what just feels like one because everyone repeats it. Build the decision from your actual facts and values, not the default script. Scenario 2, the comparison default. It's easy to design your life by copying the people around you. Instead, strip it back. What do you actually need to be content? The foundational pieces. Reconstruct from there. You might find the version that fits you looks nothing like the standard template you were about to copy. So here's the whole thing in one sentence. Most people solve problems by copying the usual answer, but first principles thinking breaks a problem down to what's actually true and rebuilds from there, which is where real breakthroughs come from. Here's your one move this week. Take one problem you're stuck on, and before you reach for the standard solution, write down only the basic facts you know are true. Then build from those. And tell me in the comments, what's one that's just how it's done you're going to question. Subscribe for a new mental model every week, and I'll see you in the next one.